You're listening to Goons, Games, and Gear, the sexiest gaming podcast in the world.
We're back. It's better than ever. We're here. We're stronger. We're fit. We did some push-ups. I have a single ab, so that's pretty cool. While I live edit the title because I forgot to change it for the live stream, Derek, what's the shirt of the day?
Today's shirt is Jujutsu Kaisen. It's a pretty good show. If you haven't watched it, go watch it.
I hear it all the time.
It slaps.
I just never.
It slaps. It's so good. It's like one of the best new animes. Yeah, just go watch it.
What do I gain from it?
Like 6 hours of joy from watching the first season, and then you go back to normal life, and that's pretty much it.
Perfect. Okay, well, yeah, thank you for that. I forgot to do it, I think, last week, so don't worry for anyone who is a huge fan of Derek's shirt selection.
We'll remember.
Coming back. It's coming back. So I'm going to do things a little out of order, but since the title deems us talk about Riot, let's just, I guess, start with that. So this is basically the teabagging comeback.
Yeah.
Now it's getting news written about it. Come on.
Yeah. First off, Riot. Everybody knows Riot makes League of Legends, right? The most toxic game
ever. Right.
And they're crying over someone teabagging in Valorant. Why? Why?
Just to give the story behind this. So in a Valorant game, I believe it was his teammate, right? That he teabagged his like other dead teammate.
Yeah.
And then like it just spiraled out of control, and he got like a slap on the wrist from Riot, and then there was a disagreement about like teabagging in general. So now Dawn Park and Vivian De La Cruz are banned from official Riot competitions for 3 months and 9 months, respectively.
So this was also like in a pro play game. We should mention.
Oh, right.
And it, like they were on the same team though. Like they were just being cruddy teammates to each other.
But I mean,
oh, you died. Like, haha, got you.
Right. Yeah, but it like, my God, this kind of goes in hand with what was it, a couple of weeks ago where like people are saying teabagging is sexual assault.
Where it was trending on Twitter. Yeah, dude. The world needs to end. The meteor needs to come and just blow us up, and maybe we'll get like a soft reset or something. Or maybe they'll take offense that the meteor hit our planet and not one of the other 8 in the space. But it's absurd, right? This would never be a problem in like Halo 3 days, Modern Warfare 2 days, anything on the 360 pretty much,
June 24th, Ripley Lawless said in the Galorant server, I assume Galorant is the team, in games, people think it's okay to teabag and that's funny when it's really sexual assault.
Dude,
this is like something I want to see a South Park episode out of, where it's just like, stop, no.
I'm surprised South Park hasn't done it. Like,
so
it's insane. I guess Critical commented on it too. They didn't say what his comment was. I'm gonna look it up though.
So
it's hilarious.
Everyone mocked this sentiment, and then Charlie Critical White, weighing in on topic. Park mocked the connection in her tweets to Lawless and on her own account, while De La Cruz threatened to teabag Lawless in the Galorant server. De La Cruz was then banned from the Galorant server on June 28th. Lawless deleted her Twitter account. Because I reached out Galorant for comment, but then we need a meteor. This is out of control.
It's so absurd. What did they say he did? He tweeted it out?
He's like, I'm going to teabag you. Is that a threat? Like, is that really?
Right.
911, what's your emergency? Yeah, someone threatened to teabag me. What? Someone online threatened to teabag me.
Yeah, Critical tweeted, I just read a large thread about how someone watched their teammate get teabagged in Valorant and it left them traumatized. Video games aren't real. You didn't just witness necrophilia or sexual assault. That's hilarious.
Oh, God.
Dude, it's when do we reach the point where this is like too absurd, right? Where someone just tell these people like, hey, just get a grip, get over it. Like, come on.
Yeah, so then Riot,
it's so bad.
Riot conducted their own investigation, which included interviews of both Park and Dela Cruz, people I'd never heard of, by the way. Park told Kotaku and Riot Riot emailed her a list of charges, and she was able to prove that she did not harass Lawless during her meeting with the company. It was not considered harassment according to Riot because I had not gone out and specifically targeted one individual. I was simply mocking the idea, not the person. That's fair. Dela Cruz confirmed over Twitter DM that her ban was tangentially, Tangentially. Tangentially.
Tangentially.
Oh, tangentially. Yeah, I don't know. It just confused my little brain. Anyway, related to her critical video about the teabagging controversy, but she was mainly being suspended for threats towards Lawless. Riot does not respond for request.
Dude.
Since Riot did not publicly ban Lawless for her comments, several sexual assault survivors on Twitter were upset that the company seems to take her side. Wait, when they say several sexual assault survivors,
I got teabagged in Halo 3, dude. Oh no! Like, are we talking like sexual survivors
in real life,
video games, or like real life? Because real life, like, that's a real issue.
Right.
We can all agree on that. But if you get teabagged in a game, dude, I don't know what to tell you. Seek out help. Like, that is insane.
And also,
I'm gonna assume real life.
Right.
Like, I cannot see there being like a group of people in video games.
It's unbelievable, right? Like, we've gone to a point where there are people who genuinely believe this, that you know, being teabagged, that's really the part I care about. Like, not the, you know, the what's the word, like the little fight that these people had about threatening each other with teabagging or whatever, but just the fact that you're literally gotten to a point where people genuinely believe that teabagging is sexual assault.
Right.
No. Anything that happens in a video game is not traumatizing. Except for Black Ops 4, where the robot rips off your arm and breaks your leg. That was crazy. But
yeah, that was scary.
I was like, okay, oh my god, like, what the? That was nuts. But this is like, it's not even like a joke going too far. It's just going too far for a joke. I'm not sure that's the way to put it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He used to say, tomorrow I might have the cops call on me because I was teabagging someone in Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, let me tell you how many matches we played a Multiversus where the characters teabag.
Oh yeah, right.
Beat us. Like I'm gonna sue, dude. This is how I get free money, right? Like, I just sue these people that teabag me in video games.
Yeah,
and they'll accept it as sexual assault, I guess.
I was sleeping and like in this dream I was having where we lost against Finn. And then he just started teabagging, and I just woke up in like a sweat. I'm like, oh my god,
yeah,
I survived. I'm a survivor,
right?
But you know, again, real sexual assault survivors, you know, like this doesn't do with you, but
right.
This like diminishes the actual issue, like a real issue.
They should be mad about that, right? Like this is actually a joke, but like if people are gonna start lumping the two together, like. I don't know. I would be mad.
Right.
Like,
right.
That doesn't sound right at all.
And then also Valorant, there's another issue where there's this tournament, and apparently it was an all-women Valorant esports team. So I assume I'm not sure if it's for the tournament. No, it's just a team. Apparently, one of the members being accused of letting her boyfriend, who's also a professional Valorant player, take over like her controller or like her character. And playing for her. The incident occurred during a tournament organized by Galorants. Back to them. A community space for female non-binary players. League of Legends developer Riot Games, team-based hero shooter. Both players have well, they said they said they have both. Oh, okay. Both lawyers have been quiet since the allegations surfaced. And Gollum has yet to address the issue, having instead spent the weekend putting out fires made by its fuzzy Astral Clash tournament rules and unsportsmanlike conduct unrelated to these allegations. Also been silent. Yeah, but how do they exactly? How do you prove this?
Right. Was she live streaming it with her camera on, and then there was just like a dude there?
Let's see. It says here, then in dedicated detail, we don't know what kind of person has after winning. We don't know what kind of person says absolutely nothing after winning a 1v5 versus a well-respected signed team. Okay. Then in dedicated detail, it points out every discrepancy between Mars' typical playstyle and settings and Lopez's, which are found by comparing streaming clips posted on their Twitter accounts. That includes different key bindings, mini maps of different sizes, and different frame rates. The document also knows that Lopez played a ranked game with 4 faculty members team members the day before the tournament. So I guess at some point, like, they compared the things that they saw on screen and related it to the other pro player, and like, it doesn't match up to the original person.
Right.
That's what I'm getting from this.
I feel like, I don't know. Like, how do you prove that though?
Well, because they're like their screen settings, everything they did matches the play style of. I mean, it's technically like theoretically she could just say, "Oh, I changed some settings to optimize my gameplay," but then that happens to match the her boyfriend's or whatever gameplay style. But like that's like the only way I guess I can prove it.
Cameras on during these, then like I don't know. That's the only way you could prove that, right?
Apparently, okay. So Nikki Bind, some Twitter user, posted a comprehensive Google Doc accusing Mars Oxer, a member of the Alpha, and her boyfriend. So I opened up the Google Doc where it's just blinding whiteness in my face. Oh my, come on! I can't force dark mode. This is crazy. The reason to believe that Mars, blah, 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 marginalized genders, the 1v5 question. To fully understand the situation, the clip that sparked this investigation was the one that Mars posted to her Twitter account after winning 2 against Dignitas. Clip shows her winning a 1v5 ace, in which she was greeted to a mediocre, at best, response from her team. We know what kind of person says absolutely nothing after winning a 1v5 versus a well-respected assigned team. Yeah, okay, that part makes... okay, her team didn't appreciate an ace. I mean,
right.
I guess it happens, but usually I freak out when that kind of stuff happens.
Right.
In many clips posted on Mars Twitter, you can see she uses F instead of C as a keybind. This was taken from her pinned tweet from her last official game. We cannot find a clip from hers where this was not the case. Yeah. I mean, it shows the key bindings at the bottom for like crouch and stuff like that. And then specifically this game, it wasn't like that at all. It was her boyfriend's key bindings.
Oh, okay.
But but again, easily she could just say, "Yeah, I changed the key bindings. I've been practicing off stream."
Right. My boyfriend was giving me pointers, and I
then
switch it back.
Right.
Whatever.
Switch minimap. They switch minimaps and native resolutions. Let's see. Strike. Blah, blah, blah. So I mean, like, I can totally see that this is probably she probably did cheat.
Sketchy.
I'm more inclined to believe that she cheated, but I don't think it's provable because especially this one that says playstyle plus past performances. I mean, it'll definitely look really, really sus, but you can't just say, "Oh, because they did this good, they can't. This can't be this person."
Right.
Absent clips from teammates, past controversies, fallacy, TLD. Marta Fallacy had her boyfriend, ex-TSM FTX Payon, play on her account during an official so that they would qualify for a LAN tournament. So, I mean, again, like, nothing here technically outright proves it. It's just all evidence leads to it. And then I guess it's on Riot to believe it or not. Which...
Interesting.
I mean... I think it's like 80% that she definitely cheated, but it's
right.
but there's nothing that like there's no camera. There's nothing that just says, you know, because realistically, maybe she did change all her keys or match her ex-boyfriends to optimize her playstyle.
Right.
You know, that's a possibility. The odds of that right before a tournament, though, very slim because you do what's, you know, comfortable to you. But, you know, what do we know?
Right.
So with that said, get out of our face, you cheater! Stop. No. Yeah. So yeah, Valorant. Also a very toxic game if you didn't know.
Yeah. Anything Riot makes, pretty much.
Runeterra isn't really toxic, but that's also because there's no chat.
Right. There's no chat. The only thing is like emotes.
Yeah, there's emotes, but like you can mute an emote.
Right.
You know, which again, I'm not sure if it's an unpopular opinion, but I have no unless except for like Multiversus, but like I really don't care about toxicity because I have all the options in most games to mute what they do.
Right.
That's why I just think it's so dumb when they
just ignore it or think it's like funny.
Look,
I don't know.
Some people some people can't ignore it and they're having a bad day, so it makes it worse. I can understand that, but then almost every game on the planet has a block button.
Right.
You know,
block them at the end of the game, and that's it.
Or in the middle of the game. It's not like it's actually not that difficult.
Leave.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, look, I'm not saying people shouldn't get punished for like saying racist stuff and like that, but you as a player easily have the option to block them, and then they never can speak to you again. Problem solved.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you can't block actions. Like you can ban for griefing and stuff like that, but that's a totally different subject. So
yeah.
Okay. All right. That was only the first topic, and we're 20 minutes in.
Nice.
Okay. I didn't add this to our to our shared document, but I wanted to talk about it because it's Multiversus. Multiversus just destroyed the record for like concurrent fighting game players on Steam.
Oh yeah, it's at like 100,000 or something like that. Over 100,000.
The highest point, or at least based on this article, is 144,000 on Steam. That's not including Xbox and PlayStation.
Right.
That's insane.
Yeah,
like Multiverse, not Multiverse. Brawlhalla has pulled around 15,000, and that's not including consoles and stuff. But prior to this release, the old they don't say what the number was. The old record for fighting games was held by Fighter Z, and I remember that was pretty crazy. It was like I don't know, 20 or 30,000. But this is nuts. This is like
yeah.
And they're also doing a great job, not only just advertising it, but like showing they're going to support it.
Right.
You know, they're like
they have the next 3 months planned out for characters. You know?
They're super communicative on Twitter.
Set up. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they're letting everybody know about everything.
Right. Like, you know, they're always working on stuff. They just came out with the stage for Rick and Morty because we hit a community milestone, I guess. So at least we know. I mean, I assumed stages were going to be free. I don't, you know, that wasn't really like a debate, but it's crazy. And the game's really fun. So very happy for it. I'm glad. I'm hoping it sticks around. I'm hoping next year is when we see third party. I can understand that the first year is going to just be, you know, like easy, you know, HBO and Warner Bros. Own characters.
Right.
I can totally understand that, but you know, I do want to see at least 1 or 2 guests a year. And with these kind of numbers, there's no way people are going to be like, no, I don't want my character in that game.
Right.
You know, it's like, why? Really? Like it's a free to play. Like this is gonna have a better monetization. This has a better monetization model than Smash does. I mean, Smash is way more recognizable, right? But I there's a part of me that was like, oh, this, you know, the craze might die in like, you know, a couple of months, but I don't know, man. This is next level numbers.
Yeah. I mean, we'll have to see what happens by like September. See how it's still doing.
Right.
I think it'll still hold up, but
oh yeah.
You know.
I mean, I think it will go down to under 100, but that's just on Steam. So like, we're probably over like 200,000 players. I mean, I would also imagine that the higher player base is on console. That's my assumption anyway.
Right.
So either way, good for them. Very happy to see it. I'm glad it wasn't a flop like Nickelodeon All-Stars, who I feel so bad for them, right? Like everyone like screamed at them like, why is there no voice acting? They had voice acting, but you know, it didn't change anything, right? But fundamentally the game just kind of sucked. And then now there's this. Like there's literally no reason to play that game. Yeah. So sorry to hear it, boys. Okay. Next up, yeah, this was weird. Who was the game studio or the dev who said this? British GQ, right?
An article on British GQ. Yeah.
Yeah.
They just like tweeted it, I guess.
Innovation is so fueled by laziness. Now, even the biggest gaming studios could afford to be negligent. Day one patches have become the game industry standard. Games are typically shipped in working condition, but need a post-purchase huzzah or zush, Z-H-U-Z-H. How do you pronounce that? Zuz. Yeah, they basically just said like patches are lazy, and so like in a weird way, yes, but usually no.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think about this like all the time, right? Like back in the day, you know, I'd say like I don't know, like pre 360 PS3 era. You know, games that shipped, they were done. That was it. You know, whatever bugs were in it, that was it.
Right.
You know?
And then they usually fix it for the international releases. Like usually like Ocarina of Time had its own glitches in Japan because then they fixed it when it got ported to the West.
Right. But now it's like a game can release in whatever state and over time it can just become like perfect, you know? But like if a game still doesn't ship really good and still has a day one patch, like Cyberpunk, for example,
right?
Like the game's still really bad. I don't know. I get what they're saying, but
yeah, I mean, to a degree, I understand what they're saying, but these people who responded are also very like right in terms of how it's not laziness. I mean, like it's literally months of underpaid crunch, a really bad deadline. You know, and like the patch just it helps the game. Like it's really it's really to help the game when it launches because like they finished the game and then they found more stuff and they're like, okay, we're gonna, you know,
right. It's not like a lazy thing. All games have bugs. It's just now that game studios can like fix it later, like they can just fix it later. As simple as that, right? Like. Oh, we found this bug. All right, here's a patch. Like, okay, that's it. You know, they start printing these games probably a couple of months beforehand, but they're still working on the game, you know,
exactly.
While it's printing and shipping and stuff. And they, you know, if they find a bug that's like, oh, well, this breaks this thing, we need to patch it. Yeah, I want it fixed before I buy the game.
So. Right. And, you know, it's like, well, and so would you rather just have another delay so there is no patch? It's just in the game?
Right. Because the delay does nothing anymore. Because guess what? You're still going to get a patch after the delay. Right. And especially with games now that are just like there are no linear games anymore. They're all big open world clusters.
Right.
That you're going to find a bug or two. You know, I think like Bethesda's the only company like their games get patched and nothing gets fixed. Right.
But at least the bugs are funny.
Mess, but like they're still like. Oh, bugs were funny back then. They're still funny now. Here's why. And they still show why. So I think laziness is not the right word.
Right. I mean, like, because, and also, you know, it's not even up to them to, like, I'm sure more game devs would want a delay, but like shareholders and stuff like that, like, no, we want this product out now. So like, okay, well, we have to meet this deadline. But at the very least, we could patch it, you know, as soon as possible while it releases. Which I like. It's unfortunately a necessary evil because people don't understand that when a game doesn't release when it's supposed to, or like originally, they lose money because that's more time. Like that's more time working on the game and not another project. So the company like loses money and stuff like that. Now, granted, a fair amount of times, you know. They still release it too early and it just needed a delay. So it's like there's like a weird balance, but I would not call it lazy. I don't think game devs are like, oh, we'll just, I would say most don't just say, oh, we'll just patch it out later. I think a fair amount are proud of the work, you know, the game that they're making and want it to be the best it can be and not EA where it's an immediate cash grab.
Right.
like because company like that, and maybe I guess even Ubisoft, they're definitely. I would not say they cherish their games like a piece of art. I would say it's just money makers to them and move on to the next project usually. But indie devs and stuff like that, they really value their game. Like I mean, as disastrous as the launch was of No Man's Sky, they are loving that game to the end of time.
Oh,
And
yeah. Yeah.
So, and
Right.
I'm just saying, laziness is definitely not the way to go about this, or at least the right word.
Yeah.
So, all right. Oh, did you know Roller Champions isn't getting canceled? Says Ubisoft, the one making it.
The game just came out last week, didn't it?
I think a few weeks ago.
I saw this and I was like, wait, what? It's getting canceled already?
Because apparently
nobody's playing it. Yeah, it's hard to believe. I know,
but apparently it's still being reported that's going to be canceled after its third season. I don't think. Did this just come out? I don't think so. I think it's like a month or two.
I thought it just came out. What is it called? Roller Derby.
Roller Champions.
Roller Champions.
Yeah. Let's be clear on. Let's clear it out the way first. Roller Champions isn't getting canceled, and Ubisoft fully supports it.
It came out May 25th.
Yeah. Okay. So it's barely a month or two old.
Beta.
Oh, okay. Right.
Or wait. Yeah, the beta came out May 21st or May 29th. The full release was June 21st. So it came out a month ago, fully.
Yeah. So Jeff Grubb, the Giant Bomb journalist, he said World Champions is going to be canceled after season 3 when speaking on the Xbox Era podcast. Now, I'm not sure.
Just a speculation,
right?
Or was that fact? Because I can tell you right now, I agree. This game's probably going to get canceled after season 3. I have no facts.
Right.
I assume this game's not going to do well.
Yeah, I mean, I can't listen to it because it's going to go through the podcast. But I mean, if he's a journalist, I assume he has some sources that are saying it's going to be canceled. I've heard nothing about this game. I didn't know it was in beta.
He I listened to it a little bit. He said it as a joke, and they all kind of laughed.
Oh,
so I don't really know if that's fact or not, but I don't know. I don't know where he gets his info from. So
it's crossplay and stuff like that.
Who they are.
Right. I mean, there's too many games. I can't put this on my list to try out, but
no. And honestly, it just I'm sure it seemed interesting to some people, but it just looked like it was going to die at launch.
Because Ubisoft is still they just cannot figure out free to play games. They're just well,
it's not that they can not figure out free to play games. I feel like they have the core mechanics of a free to play game down. The problem is they can't think of a idea that's catchy and actually fun.
That's fair. I mean, Hyperspace was the first entry, right?
Didn't they do one before that?
I don't think so. But what do I know? Everything. Yeah, Roller Champions. Yeah, this it also apparently runs very poorly on the Switch, and it's pretty boring, according to reviews.
Yeah, I mean it's roller derby dodgeball, right?
Right. It's a 3v3 team-based sport. Sport 'em up, half roller derby, half basketball. The basic just the teams must gain and stay in possession of the ball, do laps around the arena, and score 5 points by throwing the ball through a ring.
Yeah, they just can't catch a break with these free to play games. I don't know. Yeah, I guess Hyperscape was the first one, but I don't know. You can't enter the battle royale genre unless you're already a big AAA game.
Right.
That has a following like Call of Duty or something, because you're just not going to live against Fortnite or Apex Legends.
Right. Plugging the console into the dock does make things a little better on the Switch. Poor performance on the Switch, looks terrible on the Switch. Ugly and bare bones creative character options, lack of content all around. So, but I don't know. They're trying to figure something out. If that dodgeball game can still thrive, there could be a shot for this.
That's true. That game came back from the brink of death.
Right. I think it's doing well. Oh my god.
I don't remember what it was
Any
called.
website that has any like weight to it, it just blinds me as a character, like on my webcam. I'm literally like a ghost right now. So, all right, yeah. So I just want to talk about that because Ubisoft just can't catch a break with these free to play games, or they can't figure out like what to make They can't find one that will actually work for them.
Yeah, I mean,
I think if they just made a battle royale with their properties, like or like an Assassin's Creed battle royale or something. I don't know, but they have characters, they have people, properties they own. So I'm
right.
not really sure what the problem is. Maybe they just need like a new director or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Knockout City has like average 400 players.
Oh,
I mean, it has like a little group of people playing.
well, that's on
But
Steam,
yeah,
right?
like it. That's just on Steam.
Right.
Yeah, maybe other systems are doing better. But like, yeah, like Ubisoft just needs to take Assassin's Creed, take our idea. I don't care. Just make it. Make it Assassin's Creed Battle Royale. The Ghost Recon one, I bet you would have done okay if they didn't cancel it and people complained about it. Like it probably would have came out and people would have been like, "Oh, this is actually kind of fun."
Right.
You know,
I would have given it a shot.
Like a Far Cry Battle Royale sounds stupid, I guess. But
Right.
They could do it.
No, they need a Ubisoft like all properties
everything.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I could see that.
Yeah. Like you have characters from Far Cry. You have Splinter Cell.
Right, they're all like realistic art styles.
Right.
There's no like intertwining art styles. Splinter Cell, Ghost Recon, Rainbow Six. I don't know. They'll get one eventually, I guess.
Or
keep trying.
Well, they still need to make Siege a free to play. I don't know why they haven't. They have like they have like a starter one. I think is free to play. I think, but I think at this point they should give like 20 characters free to play. But whatever, it's super thriving. They don't have to anyway.
Yeah,
they're not. They don't have to. All right, so this is pretty big. This has been happening for the past 2 days of this recording. A lot of Minecraft players are like in disarray because there's this update from Mojang because now they're monitoring private server chats, basically. So like if we're in a private server together and I message you something inappropriate, you could report me for it, and they can ban me. And now a lot of people, Minecraft players are now threatening Mojang employees on Reddit, which is stupid. That never helps your cause. Mojang/Microsoft's not going to back down, but either way, it's see here's our problem. Right? I'm a huge fan of freedom of speech. Like I don't like being censored. I don't like someone monitoring my chats and stuff like that. I think it's a little ridiculous. However, this is their game. We're just playing. We're just playing their game. It's like it's their rules. You have to follow it. Unfortunately, well, right. It's like I can see their side slightly, but if you're paying for a private server and it's like invite only or whatever it is, why? First of all, why are you reporting people in there? But actually, to be fair, I think it was last year, but there was some kind of like scandal where like there was multiple like grooming servers for that naughty predators would be on and groom.
Well, that was like the thing, right? Like I think that was like all of last year and maybe the year before. Like a bunch of these big Minecraft YouTubers came out as like child predators and stuff, right?
Something like that.
Yeah. There's this guy, Stuart Duncan, I guess. He in the article, he runs a server for like children with autism, I guess. But like he has just other people join the server, right? But like that part I don't understand it when you're dealing with people like that. But like he says like, oh, I reported to the ADL and the BBC, the stories that of like racists and predators using the game in despicable ways, providing tools to combat that behavior, seems important. And then he like tweeted out about like, oh, these guys are saying they're talking for everybody, but they're really not, blah, blah, blah. So like, yes, it's good to help with stuff like that. But at the same time, like, I don't want to be listened into. So we talk about stupid stuff
all the time, right?
To each other, right? Yeah, like
Right. I mean, that, well, anyway, so just to summarize here, Minecraft players have been up in arms about the new player reporting system since it was announced a month ago. It was finally implemented. It allows players on both private and Mojang hosted multiplayer servers to flag inappropriate messages in chat for review by Mojang investigators, potentially resulting in suspensions or bans for players that violate Minecraft's community guidelines, even on self-hosted servers. Fans are worried that the system will result in player bans for messages taken out of context, and more broadly, that it gives Microsoft too much power to dictate the content discussions on its platform. So, two things. One, could you imagine being hired as a Mojang investigator? Like, yeah, I'm looking to crack down on text.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's fair. If the report is purely based on like the line of text, because like, you know, once you hit enter, it's its own like line. Things could totally be taken out of context, and most things need context, you know, to make sense.
Right. It happens all the time.
Right. I mean, it's their game though, and I mean, yeah, you're paying for a private server. See, like, I understand the reporting on, especially on Mojang hosted multiplayer servers. I get that. I mean, that's totally within their right. That's how they want to run that server.
Right.
But
a public server, whatever.
Right.
You know,
that's totally
you
different.
could have full control of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a private server that like people are paying for and stuff like that, I feel that's like I think it's taking away like power. That's unnecessary.
Right.
Mojang's in a bit of a bind. A thread from Stuart Duncan, who runs a Minecraft server for children with autism, shows just how much awful stuff how much awful stuff Minecraft plays hosts to on a regular basis. Duncan showcased studies and reports from the ADA. Oh yeah. So I mean, so in that case,
like it can help with stuff like that, because if like a predator or something is on a public server and is like, hey, you want to join my private server, and then like weird stuff happens there, right? I understand for those reasons, but you can't like, I don't know.
Well, apparently
the world we live in now, everything is just taken so like strictly that like, you know, if me and you had a private server, just the two of us, and I said something like stupid,
right,
like
right,
like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, but the thing is, the Stuart Duncan also, I mean, he agrees with this, but he does say, you know, and yes, new laws are being put into place that require systems like this. That's true. I mean, we are getting closer and closer to like an all authoritarian, you know, control over everything that's on the internet, and like Europe has really strict laws on this kind of stuff. I mean, I can understand it. They have to follow laws or they'll get fined, or, you know, the servers be banned. It's I see it both ways. I guess Microsoft is just really trying to play it safe. Although again, I'm not a big fan of laws that prohibit this kind of stuff. I get that, you know, unfortunately there are terrible people who abuse this kind of stuff, but I would also argue in the case of the Minecraft server for children with autism, as a parent, it is your job to monitor what your child is doing on the internet. And, you know, it's like, you know, I'm not, look, I guess the harsh reality is that terrible things happen on the internet all the time, and there's groomers and there's sick people. As a parent, though, you should be on top of your children, where they are, what they're doing on the internet. Like, I don't know. I think that's the little reality people don't want to talk about. It's like, oh, I shouldn't have to. Tough, you're a parent, and it's the age of the internet.
That's your job.
That's
literally your job.
That's
protect your child. That's literally the thing you sign up for when you have a kid.
Well, you know, actually, side story for a second. When I was back in college, I was taking this stupid class for psychology purposes, and the question was, it was on the lines like, oh, you and your child are at a park. Your child's being bullied by other kids. What do you do? And or like, what do you do when the other parents aren't cooperating? Like they don't care that their kid is bullying your kid. I said that, well, if their parents aren't cooperating, I would try my best to explain to the child, like, look, I don't like that these kids are being mean to you. There's not much we can do to it. Let's go find another park. And my professor like made me out to be the worst person ever because I was, quote, victim shaming. or in victim blaming. And I'm like, no, I just want my child to be safe. And if they're not doing anything about their kid that I have no control over, then I want my child to be safe. So I'll explain the situation and bring him somewhere else. And they're like, oh no, you're just punishing the child. No,
No, I'm diffusing the situation and
the best way I
getting them
can.
out of there.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Like assuming I tried my best to like see if they can get along. No, I'm not gonna let some kids bully my kid at a park that he likes. I'm sorry, there's other parks, and
Right.
it's like he might not understand it, and which I understand. But as a parent, you're supposed to keep the child safe, or as to the best of your ability. And obviously, these kids are bad influences anyway. So no, I like that professor really had it out for me. But nonetheless, it just reminded me of that. It's like, oh, you're blaming the or like oh, we're trying to protect the kids. Like I get that, but you protect the kids by being a parent and parenting. That's how I put it.
Right. Yeah, they want everybody to like stand up for themselves, but like if your kid like threw a punch or something to defend themselves, that would be it, right? Like there's no defending yourself anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, you diffuse the situation, you leave, and that's it.
Yeah, I always loved that in school. They're like, oh, your kid was supposed to tell them to stop and tell a teacher. Yeah, okay, so you want to basically get them publicly shamed because it's embarrassing to tell a teacher on another kid. If my kid's defending himself, I'm not going to punish him. If some kid's like pushing him and he throws a punch because he's like, or my kid throws like a punch back because he's tired of being bullied. So what do you want to tell him? Don't stand up for himself? No, like you're the bad people because we've lost that in schools. It's like now like oh you're equally to blame. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The snowflake generation needs to they need to get over it.
Yeah. It's really it's so bad. I've talked about it and thought about it. I'm like I'm pretty sure I'll just try my best to put my kid in a private school. Like public schools are just gone so out of hand, but that's I don't know how we transition from Minecraft.
That's our old people talk, right? We're the boomers now. Sorry, guys.
Right.
We're not cool anymore.
Well, back to this though. It's like I understand both sides. Minecraft might be playing it too safe. I mean, if Minecraft was doing this as a reaction to a law being implemented, I wouldn't blame them. But when it's just doing it because they think it's like they want to be monitoring everything, then I think that's a problem.
Yeah.
So, okay, yeah, that's my words. Okay. I assume you read this because it was pretty big. Knights of the Old Republic, it was delayed indefinitely. The remake, that's crazy.
Yeah, they I don't know if they ever confirmed it. It was some report that had come out. I never looked into it to see if Aspire had commented about it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if they tweeted about it or anything. But yeah, I mean, I don't understand why. This is the only thing they're working on. So,
what's the problem? Why?
Yeah,
why? Is it that hard to remake this game?
Oh, it's not a remake. Or
that's how they define it as a
hate
remake.
these
but
words.
Yeah, no. Right.
It's not a remaster. It is a remake.
Right.
So
Okay.
they're,
Right.
Completely remaking the game.
Right. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right.
Starting from scratch.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's going to take a little while. I personally don't want them to change anything story-wise, at least. Yes, update the gameplay and stuff because it's absolutely atrocious now. But I don't want them to touch the story or anything like that.
They said developers now reportedly believe
they didn't tweet out about it. I'm all the way back to the beginning of June before this article came out, and there's no tweet that Aspire has put out that said oh, we delayed it indefinitely.
It's a Bloomberg report.
Yeah, but Bloomberg is they say stuff all the time.
Well, it also then it says at the bottom that apparently they believe it's going to launch, or the developers now reportedly believe the launch will be sometime in 2025.
I mean, it didn't have a release date before, so
right. So it's not really an indefinite delay if we didn't know.
A delay, right? A delay of a game when it had no release date means nothing. You're just still working on the game. What?
That's fair.
Like,
yeah, that's totally fair. Yeah, no, I didn't think about it like that. That's true. It's like you can't.
like, yeah,
how's it a delay?
Okay, we're delaying it. Delaying it from what? Nothing to nothing? Yeah, cool.
Right.
1 times 0 is still 0. All right, like, come on.
Like, unless they said it was going to release in 2023, and then didn't have a release
then
date.
I'd be like, okay, it got delayed.
Or Advance Wars, that's delayed indefinitely because they literally didn't put a release date after it already had one. That's I would consider
that's
indefinite.
an indefinite delay.
Right.
It was supposed to be out last December, and they're like, yeah, we're not releasing this right now.
Right. I'm sure it's beyond finished. It probably has like 3 new story modes.
The game was done. They didn't delay it until November. Like, literally 3 weeks before the game was supposed to come out, whenever the war stuff started.
Right. So, yeah, not really a delayed indefinitely because it never got a release date in the first place. But I still hope it works out. That's basically, it's like, I would love a remake. That would be great.
Yeah.
Okay. Although this next thing should be not only deleted indefinitely, but just deleted. Yeah, deleted. Lord of the Rings, Gollum has been delayed by a few months.
Guys, I know,
what is so hard about this game for them?
So sorry.
There's no combat. Like, what? This is like, what is so difficult about this game? I don't understand it.
Yeah, maybe they like released the gameplay and they actually watched it and they're like, what are we making? Like, you're just Gollum digging in the dirt. That's it. All we have is this cave scene. That's it.
Even this article was like, frankly, Lord of the Rings Gollum was always seemed like a hard sell. While Gollum was undoubtedly one of the more interesting side characters, that had more to do with his internal conflict than external capability. Building an entire game around him, therefore, would be challenging to say the least. God, I want to know.
Seem fun.
I don't know how. I'm conflicted on if it's going to be a flop or not. Like, will Lord of the Rings fans flock to this game, or are they gonna? I mean, that because I'm not like a huge Lord of the Rings fan, but even if I was, I just don't see the appeal.
Yeah, I don't know who's asking for this. I don't know who's excited for this.
I'd rather see Gimli.
Yeah.
Like, Legolas, anyone else?
Anybody else. Gollum, though, like, he did nothing.
Right. You could give me a slice of life with Frodo. Like there's like a life simulator, you know, like the Hobbit town.
I'd rather play that.
I think they're in for a rude awakening for when this game releases.
Yeah. Who's making this game?
Daedalic Entertainment?
Daedalic.
Oh, Daedalic. I don't. Do you know what else they've?
Daedalic and Natcom. I don't think they've made anything, have they? I've never heard of them. Daedalic Entertainment. Who are you?
Gollum's first look was divided between visions of an uninspired stealth action game and an intriguing throwback platformer. What?
This is like their first AAA game.
Dude, I'm so happy you just said oof, because I totally didn't put the Roblox article in there.
No, wait, no, that totally reminded me. Oh my gosh.
You heard what they replaced it with, right?
No, I didn't.
Look it up. I'll talk about this for a second while you look it up. So the oof noise was originally from like a super old game. They just sampled it, and I guess they just didn't think they would ever get caught. But like the iconic oof noise is now gone. It is replaced by something that is just not good. What
is that? It sounds so familiar. What is that? They totally ripped that from something.
But it's just like, I feel bad for them. That was so iconic, and it's used to this day. I mean, great that they, cheated and took it.
It's Chessman. Oh my god, it's Chessman. What do I search? Chessman.
Growl, I guess?
Chessman noises anime.
Oh, no, Chessman Cry.
No. It's from the anime.
Oh, okay.
He makes that noise at some point. I'll track it down. I'm suing Roblox for Pokemon Company.
As a Pokemon Company representative. I'm just letting him try and listen to
Right there. That's it. Oh my god, I totally just cracked the code. Okay, hold on. Wait, we're sleuthing in the middle of this episode.
Right, if you
go to this video,
okay.
Go to 44 seconds and listen to it.
All right, let's see here.
And pull up the new Roblox sound and listen to it side by side.
Can you send it on a Telegram?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we use that because Telegram's pretty dope and it's encoded and stuff like that. So, we usually talk on Discord, but if I mess with anything, it's gonna screw up your camera and it just pisses me off.
Right.
But yeah, it was just like, I love that noise. It's so funny. It's perfect. The oof, anyway.
Oh, the oof was like god tier comedy for that game.
Oh yeah, for anything, just in all videos like compilation.
Yeah, it was just so good.
God.
Dude, I totally just sleuthed this out.
If it's like as accurate as you are making it out to be, I'll be very impressed with your analytics.
Yeah,
so
go to 44 seconds and listen to it.
Link me to the noise too.
Where did I put that? I think I lost it. Hold on, I gotta find it.
It said 44 seconds.
Yeah, 44 seconds. He like just says like the beginning of Chespin like really quick.
Okay, hold on. Hold on.
What did I search? Oof.
The chat?
Basement.
Is that what you're talking about?
Sound. Hold on.
Replacement sound. Yeah, this is some live investigative journalism, fellas.
Yeah, we're working on it. Don't worry, everybody. We'll get to the bottom of this. This is the all right. There's the new sound on there.
All right, so let's do this.
All right, so if I listen to it again,
is it the new Roblox death sound? Is that what you're referring to?
maybe it's not Chespin. No, I might be wrong. It's definitely like a Pokemon though that I've heard before.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
Right? Like I will find it.
We'll have an update.
Everybody check back and I will get to the bottom of this. Don't you worry.
Maybe it did Dene.
Maybe did Dene.
All right. Well, while you're looking that up, Halo Infinite. This is really dumb. So people are upset that it's not going to have online matchmaking for its co-op. Who cares? Seriously, who cares about online matchmaking for co-op? I'm not looking to play with strangers in story mode. Like, you're allowed to invite your friends. What is so hard for this concept?
Right? This is idiotic. Who is going on and is like, oh, I'm going to look for someone to do the campaign with? You don't have friends to just invite?
Oh, no, it's not even that, but just like, let's pretend you don't have any friends. Well, that's a sad reality, but let's pretend that you don't have any friends to invite. That still doesn't mean like, oh, I'm just going to invite random people to play co-op story mode. Like, no one does that.
Right. You either play it alone or you play it with friends.
Right.
That's the point of co-op, right? I'm not co-oping to play with random people. That's what the multiplayer's for.
Right. I totally forgot it's going to be 4-player multiplayer. For some reason, I was assuming it was going to be 2. But Halo's always been 4-player since, Halo 3?
Yeah, since 3.
And then 5, they emphasized on it, and it just sucked.
Yeah.
So it's just ridiculous. Like, people are screaming about this. Like, oh, I want to matchmake. Really? Anyone actually going to use that feature to matchmake with random first? Like,
they're literally just grasping at straws just to not give this game any credit at this point.
Right.
And I don't know why. Like, they're working so hard on this game. You gotta like give them something. Come on.
Right. All right. Well. Other than that, there's a chess playing robot. It literally broke a kid's finger.
That's hilarious.
It's terrible.
What?
There's this robot in Moscow. The Moscow Chess Open. It's like going against 3 people at the same time, like 3 different games, and the parents are suing the robot or like the company because it broke this kid's finger.
Take it to court.
But then the company is like, no, this is the kid's fault. He shouldn't have his finger there, getting it snapped.
Wow,
Let's see.
He really got that thing crunched.
Yeah.
Oh.
The child.
He shouldn't have.
Just had a.
Okay. Good.
He rushed to make his next. Was taken by the robot and rushed to make his next move. That was against the safety rules. The robot, either not finishing or misreading the situation, moved in and crushed his finger, causing a fracture. But he also finished the last 2 days of the tournament in a cast.
First off, the kid looks like he's like 5 years old, right? Where is the parent watching this kid?
I think it's behind him.
They didn't explain to him, like, hey, don't touch the board while the robot's moving, because it's gonna do its moves.
Right.
It sees your finger, it's gonna detect it as a piece, right? Like
true. I mean, I think the problem here, I think what they should have done is have the robot have like a screen saying ready for your move. I just have to see. I'm not blaming the robot. Well, I'm not blaming the robot entirely, but I think I get their safety rules, but there should be some kind of like, okay, make your move, because you can't.
Yeah.
But on the other hand,
yeah, he's 7.
Okay, yeah, he's 7.
He's a child. I don't know. You can't leave him. It's like if you left the kid with a chainsaw, right? Like, it's the same thing. They're both big machinery. Like, I don't know. To me, that's just, again, blaming the parent.
Apparently, this. Oh my god. Yeah. This video's.
Yeah, he got it crunched.
Right.
Yeah, he got a.
Let's see. The robot broke the child's finger. This, of course, is bad. The robot was rented by us. It has been exhibited in many places for a long time with specialists. Apparently, the operators overlooked it. The child made a move, and after that, we need to give it time for the robot to answer. But the boy hurried. The robot grabbed him.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with the robot.
Yeah. You can't blame the robot for doing what it's programmed.
Right. I mean, also, like, the kid's 7, right? 7-year-olds don't actually grasp safety / danger.
Right. The parent should have been right there being like, hey, wait until the robot's done moving.
Right.
Because it looks like it, in the video at least, it has like 3 boards around it. So
Yeah.
it's playing like 3 games
yeah.
at once. So just wait for it to swivel to the next board anyway.
Well, yeah, but I mean, again, the mentality of a kid, or like, see, that's why
you can't blame the kid. You can't blame the robot. Like,
right.
It's
like purely accidental, basically. Yeah, like there's no one to sue.
That's all it is.
Right.
Yeah, you don't sue the robot or its family or whatever.
I mean, I assume this kid's super smart for being able to play chess like against a robot.
Right,
but
7 years old.
He's also 7 years old, so it's like I can't tell by the video. I think what is like his mental, like how what's the word? Not advanced. How thank you. How developed he is, but he developed to play chess. But maybe he's just in a rush to play next move, or it's like, oh, I saw that coming, so I'm gonna immediately play. And but yeah, I can understand the parents are like overreacting, like my kid got hurt, maybe they're looking for a lawsuit, but you can't see
the robot touched my kid.
You can't. Hey. Teabag sexual assault victims are
the robot teabagged my kid after he beat him in chess. Damn, I'm suing. Oh gosh.
But it's like there's no one to blame. I don't necessarily, in the moment, I could see the parents like reacting how they did, like calling the police because their son's finger got broken. But it's like you can't sue the chess association. You can't sue the robot manufacturer. It's not like it's out to break fingers.
Again,
right.
The parents weren't watching their kid around machinery.
Wait, also true. Right.
It's again down to parenting and just watch your kid.
Or like, for my way to avoid this for the future is, again, either have like some kind of monitor saying, okay, now play your move, or there's like a line. It's like once you place, or once you make your move, step behind this line so the robot can't be in contact with you. Because the robot doesn't. The robot doesn't know humans. It literally knows peace and chess. It doesn't, like, obviously it doesn't. It knows a piece has been moved, but it doesn't know it was played by a human. But so. Still interesting, but yeah, if you find the video, watch at your own discretion, because it's this. I'm surprised it was just a fracture. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. He got it like clamped.
This is like Five Nights at Freddy's like chomped. Like, damn, it's gross. I think we briefly talked about it. But Rick and Morty coming to Multiversus. We only talked about it last episode, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Whoopsie. Well, the stage came, so yeah. All right, and then the last. Oh no, we got three more things. So this is, the Minecraft amiibos finally coming. Steve and Alex. I'm probably gonna get both, but yeah, they're finally being released for September after being delayed.
It was one of those things again where it was like delayed, but
Alex is a girl.
Didn't have a release date. Alex, yeah.
I didn't. So. Oh, I didn't. Oh, I never noticed the hair. Oh.
Yeah. I think it was Steve was the boy, Alex was the girl.
I only noticed it's a girl because like in the image for Smash Ultimate, she's in a minecart and like her hair it goes under her head. So it resembles like long hair for a female. I never knew Alex was a female up until this moment.
Oh yeah.
But I mean the amiibo looks really clean.
Oh yeah. They're both like really good.
Yeah. September 9th.
They killed it.
Someone's birthday is close to that date, but
I got your birthday gifts planned.
Ooh, stop! But I hope it has functionality with the Switch for Minecraft. I feel like they just stopped doing that, like amiibo functionality with stuff.
Nothing has like amiibo support anymore.
I think because they realized like, we don't even have to give micro DLC. Everyone just wants the figures.
Right, they just collect them.
Right, which I mean I understand, but then if that's the case, then you can like not make an NFC, right? That's what it would be. Yeah. Not make an NFC and knock the price down by like $1 or $2.
Yeah.
We don't need the chip then. But if you're gonna give us stuff like put this like some kind of Smash thing in Minecraft or something, that'd be cool. But yeah, I definitely want at least the Steve. I'll probably get both because they look really clean and true to form.
Yeah.
And then but I really it's not confirmed if Kazuya is getting an amiibo, right? I mean, he even said
I'm pretty sure they all will be.
Okay. I said it would be weird,
was definitely confirmed. Sora was definitely confirmed. I mean, they got away with, Snake, Bayonetta.
True. That's Sora. That is going to sell
Banjo.
Infinitely.
Yeah. Oh, Sephiroth and Sora are going to be insane.
They're going to be gone and then marked
Mithra
up.
and Pyra I don't care about, but I have to get them because I have to complete the set now that I got Meta Knight, which was the only one I was missing.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, I got literally just DLC Pass 2 is the only ones left, except for Min Min.
Oh, it's a good one. I thought you got Min Min.
I got Min Min.
Oh, okay.
I was just saying, like, all the DLC 2 characters are the only ones that haven't gotten amiibos yet.
If I ever go back to Smash, not that like I'm dropping everything, I still like to play it from time to time. I definitely would learn Kazuya, but I want that amiibo so bad.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be sweet.
Okay. So that this next two articles kind of go hand in hand, but PlayStation has now its own backbone controller for iPhone. It looks pretty clean.
I saw this. It looks like it'd be like super comfortable.
I can see that. I mean, I don't know who uses PS Remote Play, but
I guess enough people to warrant this, right?
I guess.
It's probably really big in Japan.
That's fair.
And like over there, probably not here. But it's super cool.
You can stream PS3 games, right? With the premium tier.
Anything on the PlayStation Store, yeah.
Oh, okay. So I mean, wait, does it have to be
PS5 store? I should say, yeah. I think.
Well, if I attach this, can I just do I have to have the PS5 on, or can I just stream it directly to the phone?
You can use this phone as a second screen, yeah.
Okay.
I think they got rid of where you needed the system on now.
Okay.
So you can just do everything through your phone. These also only work with iPhones.
Right.
They didn't come out with like Android versions, just so everybody knows.
Right.
So.
Because iPhones have, there's only very select sizes versus Androids are all over the place.
Right.
But it still looks clean. I wish they did like a PS1 color for it, but
yeah.
Besides
I wish they got a little creative, but it's still cool for what it is.
I think it looks better than the normal backbone, which I know is Xbox inspired, but And also comes with 3 months of 3-month trial for Discord Nitro and 2 months of Stadia Pro, which we'll get into that in a minute. But this this article though, PS5 finally getting 1440p monitor support.
Oh,
What?
I meant to send this to you. Can you believe that?
This is stupid in the sense of why, like, it's finally coming. It should have been from the start.
Yeah,
What?
for whatever reason, the systems don't support like 2K.
That
like why?
Like Xbox had it from the gate.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they had 2K support
I
from the
thought you
start.
said they didn't support 14 like 2K.
No, they supported it from the start. They just
Oh, okay.
or at least I know the Series X. I don't. No, the Series S. I think it goes up to 2K. It doesn't do 4K. But no, that had it from the start, which was, I assumed it was like that for the PS5 until I read this article. I did not know it did not have 1440 support. That's incredible. How do you not have that from the start? So you had 1080p and you have 4K. How do you not have the in between? Explain it to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how any of this stuff works. I can tell you right now, though, it's probably not a priority when most people are either playing on a 1080p TV or 4K TV. These like guys who play on monitors,
I play
systems.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool, but if I can play it, the system supports 4K, I'm gonna play in 4K.
I get that, but like most gaming monitors now are 2K. Because 4K is like extremely expensive and 2K is just basically at the right spot now, or it has been anyway.
Right.
Like I just don't think I think they should have been from I guess
Microsoft's also PC.
True.
Don't forget.
Right. No, I get that.
So they understand like people plug in their game systems into like PC monitors. Like PlayStation's a Japan studio.
True.
Company.
True.
Like, I don't know how like relevant that is there. So maybe they're just adding it just so they have it. I don't know.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, it's
like thought process.
It's easier to have 1440p versus 4K. So, and also it's easier for the system to do because it means it's less processing. And you can have improved anti-aliasing, super sampling.
Right. It should just be a system. If it can do 4K, it can obviously
Right.
do 1440p.
Right.
So
I just think it's ridiculous. It's I'm glad it's happening. Don't get me wrong. And there are plenty of people who use monitors for, like me, who use, from their consoles. It's just it's because then that actually really helped me make the decision in terms of purchasing the new generation of console, because I'm like, well, 4K is just pissing me off that games still had like, oh, you can play in 4K, but it's like 20 frames. Like, at least for the first year, Now they've gotten better where it's 4K 60 frames, which is, a lot better. But for 2K, it's always going to be 60 frames, and it's a really nice experience.
right.
So I don't know. It just pisses me off, but I guess maybe it's a cultural difference, but at least it's happening. So
Right.
And also apparently they added like folders and stuff too.
Yeah, this is in like their preview program that PlayStation has.
Okay,
So
yeah,
it
beta
hasn't come to like everybody yet, but yeah, they added like folders and what was the other thing? They added something else too. I don't remember what it was, but
let's see. Yeah, you can test out 4014p output and screen and video options. You can now create game lists, making organizing games easier. You can have up to 15 game lists and 100 games per game list. You can compare 3D audio to stereo now. Wait, I just realized. Do you have 3D audio? Because it's crazy. I love 3D audio.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's had it since PS4.
Right. Okay. No, I guess they didn't have the ability to compare the two before.
Yeah, I guess you couldn't compare them in like the system settings or something, so you could like hear the difference. Because it says the ability to compare 3D and stereo audio is also featured alongside easier to see in progress activities and new social features such as requesting party members share their screen.
That's really
to
cool.
Quickly join party member games and more.
The request to share screen, I didn't know that was a thing. That's really cool.
Yeah, PlayStation does this thing called what is it called? Remote play? I think it's called remote play.
Oh.
Or something, where like if you're playing a game and I don't own it, I can take over the game on my system, so we're both looking at the same screen. It's like what Steam does, right? Where you could play like co-op games online.
Can you do that on the PlayStation?
One person. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I don't think the Xbox does that.
Yeah, they did that. It wasn't at the launch of the PS4. It was like an update later they added, but it's been around for a while. It works pretty well. It's definitely gotten a lot better.
Well, that's good. Huh. Oh, apparently also no VRR and PS5 will not support 1440, which is weird. It supports 1080 and 4K. Maybe they'll work on it.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm just reading in like the very bottom of like, notes.
Right.
So, but I mean, I don't know how much better things look in virtual reality from 1080 to 4K, but I didn't know
they're better than the first one. That was like blocky, abysmal.
Oh, really?
Like it was good for the time, but like now with how much better games look and stuff, like I don't know.
Why is this article in? Okay, well, I don't know why the article I sent you is now in Italian, but I
was trying to translate it before, but
I'm sorry,
just, wouldn't do it. Is it supposed to be Google denies rumors that Stadia is shutting down?
They're not
what it's supposed to be?
It wasn't about denying it. It's just there's some insider. He's doing some friend. He was doing someone a solid, getting some information on it, but he knows some guys who work at Stadia, and apparently they plan on shutting down the service by the end of September, and they also plan on giving like the last month free, and refunding anyone who has they're paid, like they already paid up or paid more than those months, and they plan on refunding them the difference.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess they tweeted back at this guy. They tracked him down and found him.
Oh, really?
They tweeted, "Stadia is not shutting down. Rest assured, we're always working on bringing more great games to the platform and Stadia Pro. Let us know if you have any more questions."
I would ask them if that's the case. I'd be like, okay, well then, what's coming out and what date?
Right. Like what is the lineup? Because I don't see a lineup.
They should shut it down.
Yeah, they're not making any games themselves for it, right? It's literally just third-party support at this point.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know they had the one studio they had to make those games. Okay. So,
they do have a lineup. So they have FIFA 23, The Forgotten City, Saints Row the Third Remastered, Monster Jam 2. It's like a bunch of old garbage.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they track someone down. Just someone tweeted at them. They're just like, "Hey,
okay.
Are you closing down?" Because then this insider killed by Google so heads up. Yeah, this is the article, or this was in the article I found, but
Oh, and then someone answered them and was like, gonna bookmark this tweet and absolutely chaos dunk all over it in about 6 months slow-mo.
Dude, this this Twitter account killed by Google. Their description is for the Twitter account: disappointment as a service.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, it said an old coworker and friend of mine is now one of the regional managers of Google. It's someone who got me started in Stadia. Blah blah blah. Where's the juicy part? There are a few other I could post, but nothing too ground. I do believe he has also mentioned that all members to be informed 36 days before the last month, beforehand, and the last month the service will be refunded at no charge for its usage. Any available subscription will be refunded. Oh yeah, they had a pretty large employee retail seminar in California this past weekend, and long story short, Google's planning their exit plan. Did not have an exact date that end the service will happen, but did say by the end of summer. They also mentioned that they will not be transferring the service or servers to any other competition, like they did with Google Play Music. I mean, you can never really believe the company when they say "Oh, we're not shutting down," stuff like that. Obviously, they're gonna say, they're gonna defend themselves. We're always working on bringing more great games to the platform in Stadia Pro, but that's such a corporate answer, right? If they're like, for example, we may have a game coming out on this date, but never actually say what the game is,
right?
Hint at it. But I mean, this thing needs to be taken out. You actually should shut it down.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine many people are still playing that, right?
I don't think anyone. It's also worth pointing out that Stadia was supposed to get to Corey, but the deal fell through when Google announced it was downsizing the service. this needs to go. I'm sorry. Like, sell it to someone else. I don't. I believe we talked about that a while ago. That like they're looking for people to buy it, like the service. Yeah. It will always blow my mind how Google can fail things, even though they're a giant, like one of the biggest companies in the world. Like how the YouTube UI just sucks for streaming and stuff like that. How they floundered this. They have all the money, and you're telling me you want us to pay for a streaming service and pay for the game, like. Nah.
Yeah, they're insane. I don't know.
They just don't know what they're doing. They don't have my full belief they don't have any gamers actually working like that started Google Stadia. I think that it was just execs who got put onto the project, because any gamer XD would have told them the problems.
Right.
Yeah. So, you got anything else before you go? Did you find any the oof or the?
I think it's the Dene.
Really?
But I'm going to keep researching, and I'll figure out. I'll crack this code.
Okay. All right. Well, with that said, that's the show, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Check us out everywhere on the internet, including our Discord, which will be linked below. Twitters, we got Gphones, which is Gphone71195. Holla at him for funny gameplay videos. We got the Spotify where the VODs are there. Apple Podcasts, rate us 5 stars everywhere. We got the Instagram, the TikTok. And then YouTube, please check our content out. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs. It's monetized, even 100. That'd be cool. Yeah, that's all I got. Do you got anything before we go? Like I said, as before, even though I don't know why I doubled up. So that's the show, guys. Yeah. Wait, no. Now you can say. Yeah. No. Now. Oh, you're not gonna say.
Bye.
Okay. Cool. Fine. Is it? Oh god, I don't know if it's not stopping. Derek, it's on forever.
Oh no.
Okay. I think that's Facebook gone. Hold on, it's taking its time. Hello, YouTube. What's up, guys?
Hey. This is after hours.
Bye bye.